everybody, and welcome back again to Mass Effect. We are still on Novaria, but I think we have done everything that we need to do here. Yes, the mission is complete, so we can now depart the Rift Station with a passenger tram, which is right over here. So yeah, let's go back to where we came from. This is a really slow tram. It's almost as slow as the elevators. Oh,
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu relay?
Apparently not.
The Mu relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The Commander is right. We cannot rush off blind. We still need to learn more about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the Commander resign when I wasn't looking?
That was a little bit harsh.
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
Don't let it happen again.
We're done here. Crew, dismissed.
Novaria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Yeah, sure.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Novaria?
And then released the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done? How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
I don't know, but I can make an educated guess.
3? Now 4.
This is no joke, Commander. The Rachni were one of the greatest threats the galaxy ever faced.
Well, that was a long time ago, and I mean, this queen seemed pretty reasonable, so I hope she's going to teach her children to behave in the same way.
This queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time around.
I hope you're right, Shepard. Our children's children will pay the price if you're not.
We'll be waiting for your next report, Commander.
Alright. Got my usual bashing by the Council, so let's see what we want to do next. Yeah, I mean the next main mission would be Vermeer, but I have a bunch of other stuff to do before I'm going to start that. The next mission that I want to do is actually this one, Rogue VI, because apparently you can get your specialization by doing so. But before that, I actually want to go and talk to my companions again. So maybe let's start with Joker over here. I also want to return to the Citadel. There may not be any more missions for me to find, because I didn't really find any the last time. But I do want to visit some of the shops. And since the Citadel is basically the only place where you can trigger party banter, I will try to get a few more pieces of party banter from my companions by just, you know, trying different combinations and sending them through the elevators.
Boy, am I glad to be off of Novaria. I don't know which was worse, the cold or the corporations. One will freeze your balls off, the other will sell them out from under you. With all due respect, Commander.
But you were in the ship the entire time. I'm pretty sure it wasn't cold in here, was it? Alright, fair enough.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Okay, in that case, let's head down and talk to my other companions. Alright, let's start with Garrus today.
Commander, I wanted to thank you.
For what?
What for, Garrus?
For everything. Taking me with you, letting me be part of your team. I've learned a lot. I've thought a lot about what you've told me. About not sacrificing innocence to achieve the goal. About finding the best way through, not just the fastest. And I've been thinking about Dr. Saleon, too. I'd convinced myself that he deserved to die, but then I started thinking about why I wanted him dead. I realized it wasn't because of what he did to those people. That was part of it, but I think most of it was because he got away from me. He escaped under my watch, and I didn't like that. I let it become personal.
Well, that is a very interesting insight, Garrus.
I'm glad you see it that way. Keep that in mind when we meet Saren.
Don't worry, Commander. I will.
Yeah, this is actually an interesting development. So, I mean, Garrus, when he joined us, he pretty much had that, you know, I'll do whatever it takes to get the job done attitude. But I think he never actually, you know, did it, because when he was in CSEC, he had to play by the book and play by the rules, and he was hoping that he could actually, do it his way when he joined our team. But I think he had a very, glorified view on that. And Shepard, on the other hand, she's already been there, so she knows that it isn't glorious at all, but that it's very ugly. And I mean, sure, there are situations where you have to do, whatever it takes, but you should not make it your life motto, If you go into a situation with the mindset that you will pay whatever price, then you will probably end up paying too much. I mean, think about it like, I don't know, you want to buy something that you have been wanting for quite some time. So, let's say some old-timer car, whatever. And then you meet the seller for negotiations, and if you go into that negotiation saying to yourself that you will pay whatever you have to pay, then you will probably end up paying too much, because you don't really look for ways to lower the price. You don't try to haggle. You don't look at the car maybe for some defects to lower the price or whatever. So basically, when you go into an assignment, you always have to look at the situation, and you always have to look at what's at stake and what are you willing to pay for, getting the job done. But you shouldn't go into the situation by just thinking that you will have to do some really, really horrible things to get it done, because very often you don't have to, and you always have to be open to other solutions. So yeah, I think this is actually a good development for him, that he sees that he can solve problems differently, and that whatever it takes is, a last resort, and not the mindset that you should always have when starting some mission. So yeah, that's very interesting. But yeah, let's go and talk to Ashley.
Commander?
So, how are we doing?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
You mean the Rachni, right? They were dangerous, Skipper. They proved that 2,000 years ago. I think it was a mistake to let them go. But that wasn't my call to make. It was yours. If you haven't talked to Dr. Tassoni, you probably should. She just lost her mom. That has to hurt.
Yeah.
Just saying, Skipper.
I'm going to talk to her, in any case. But can we talk about you now?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I should get back to my duty, Skipper. Rifles don't maintain themselves. Not yet, anyway.
Alright, fair enough.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am?
Okay, so we've spoken to her. Let's talk to Rex next.
Shepard,
Yeah, let's try more personal inquiries.
So you'd rather be a merc than help your people?
I'm a fighter. It's what I do.
So?
Aren't you at all worried about what will happen to the Krogan?
What the hell do you want me to do about it, Shepard? I'm tired of sticking my ass on the line and getting nothing for it.
So that's your reason.
So you're just giving up on your people?
I gave up on fighting for a lost cause. I'm no hero, Shepard. Bottom line, killing for credits simplifies things.
Sure, but still, you're with us, and I'm not paying you, and you volunteered to join us anyway.
You ever think about helping your people?
I try not to. But there's a lot of Krogan mercs out there. I'm always running into them. Half the time I'm being paid to kill them. But that's just part of the job. You don't get to pick who your enemies are.
Yeah, tell me more about being a mercenary.
How long have you been a merc?
Long enough. I took my first contract right after I left my home system. It's good work if it doesn't kill you.
So, do you like it?
I get the feeling you enjoy your work.
Sure. You get to see the galaxy on someone else's credits, and most days end with a good fight. I've tried more organized fighting, private armies and such, but it gets too messy. I fight best on my own, or in very small groups. I don't like people relying on me, and I bloody well don't like relying on them.
Yeah, but still, you're here with us and you joined us, so maybe you're not as unreliable as you think. But apparently there's nothing else I can ask, so yeah.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Alright. Nice chat, Rex. Let's go and catch up with Tali.
It feels like we're getting near the end, doesn't it, Shepard? With Saren, I mean.
Well, I hope so.
It won't be much longer. One way or another, it'll all be over soon.
You'll find the conduit before he does. I know you will. You have to. And after this is all over, when my pilgrimage ends, and I go back to my own people, I'll be proud to say I was a part of it.
Yeah, you were an important part of it.
We couldn't have done this without you, Tali.
You've been good to me. A lot of people treat Quarians like second-class citizens. They just want us to go back to our fleet and disappear. But you've treated me just like everyone else on your crew. Like an equal. That means a lot, and it says something about you. Whatever happens, I just want to say thank you for that.
What does it say about me? That I'm not a racist jerk? But yeah, you're welcome.
I'm gonna miss you when you go back to your own people, Tali.
That won't happen for a while yet. I'll be right here anytime you need me.
Alright. Yeah, I think I asked all of that already, so goodbye.
I should go.
See you later.
Alright. I'm not sure if he has anything new to say.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Nope.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
In that case, let's go upstairs and talk to our companions there. Alright, let's talk to Liara about her mother.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
But you can still feel bad about it.
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you. She was your mother.
She was. But she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be, before she was corrupted by Sovereign's power.
Yeah, it was definitely Saren's fault, what happened.
I blame Saren, and if I were you, I'd want revenge.
We have enough reason to stop Saren. I do not need to add revenge to the list. Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end, Shepard.
Alright. Well, that was a pretty quick chat.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
You're taking it surprisingly well, actually. Okay, in that case, let's go and talk to Kaidan.
We're so close now. When we deliver everything, the Council will have to mobilize around us. If we could get the Council on our side, this could become a great opportunity for the Alliance.
Well, it would be about time.
It's been a struggle, but we've earned their respect now.
And you've been at the forefront the whole way. I can see how you made it through Torfin. I don't think I've ever met a woman like you.
Don't forget it. An old line. It's just kind of an old line, isn't it?
I bet you say that to all your commanding officers.
Well, ever since I heard the captain's mess gets better food. No bull, Shepard. I want to follow through with this. It's tough keeping it separated from duty. But when the mission's complete, it'll be different. I hope you feel the same, ma'am.
When the job is done. Yeah, I think I may be interested, but I think we need to get the job done first, you know? I kind of like it that they acknowledge the fact that this is not the best setting for a romance. I feel that, you know, the whole military setting in general doesn't lend itself so well to romance like the fantasy setting of Dragon Age. I don't know, fantasy and romance just goes well together. This setting is not as well suited for it, so I think it's a good thing that they acknowledge that, because it makes the thing feel more realistic. So yeah, let's get this job done first, alright?
I hear you, soldier. I'm waiting with bated breath.
Oh, you are good at that. Shepard, you are hard to step away from. We'll get this done, Commander. The sooner the better.
Alright, yeah, some more personal input?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Yes, you keep on saying that. I get the feeling this is some code for something. Anyway, technical appraisal?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Killing Saren's, what was Benezi anyway? Second in command? Advisor? Anyway, it should set him back a bit. I'm sure Dr. Tassoni's hurting, though. Poor kid. Having to kill her own mom.
Yeah, that's not a nice thing to do. And, what do you think about the Rachni Queen?
Any opinion on the Rachni?
Off the record, if we had the option, I'd as soon have left it to the Council. We weren't out here during the Rachni War. I'm not sure we have any business getting involved.
Well, that wasn't really an option to, you know, just go and ask the Council. Well, it should have been, but for some reason the game always just, you know, gives you the most extreme options. In this case, freeing her, killing her, and nothing in between, so yeah. Anyway, thanks for your input, but I have to go.
We'll talk later, Caden.
I'd like that.
Alright, so I caught up with all of them now, and apparently I have new stuff in my locker. I'll take it. Yeah, actually I'm going to make a quick cut here because I want to distribute my new equipment to all of my companions. And I think after that I will go to the Citadel and see if we can find something there. Alright, I am done with my inventory management. All my companions have now great new equipment. I actually bought a bunch of that Spectre gear, those very good weapons, and gave them to my companions. So I think I'm ready to leave now, and like I said, I want to go visit the Citadel just to make sure there isn't anything new, and I want to try to trigger some more party banter. So, have I ever read the descriptions of these planets? Let's have a look. I actually may not have read them, so let's do this quickly. Svarog is a small but typical hydrogen and helium gas giant whose orbit lies quite close to the star. It is unusual for a star with a close orbiting gas giant to have a habitable world. Svarog is Pax's only gas giant, but its temperature, powerful winds and high orbital velocity make it a poor candidate for helium-3 mining. While Novaria enjoys plentiful deuterium for its fusion plants, it imports all of its helium-3 from out system. Okay. Morana. Morana is an icy planetoid smaller than Earth's moon. Many planetary geologists suspect it was once an Oort cloud ice dwarf, which migrated inwards after an encounter with some other body. While the crust is frozen water ice, deeper layers are mostly silicates, with pockets of magnesium and aluminum. Morana is tidally locked to Pax. The same side always faces the sun. And Veles. Veles has a thin atmosphere of xenon and krypton. Most other materials have frozen and fallen as snow. Its surface is composed of potassium with deposits of magnesium. While investigating the primitive anaerobic life of Veles, binary helix survey teams discovered a cunningly hidden anchorage of an ancient Krogan warlord Morrow. Many records and artifacts of the Krogan rebellions were recovered and sold at auction. The empty base is now abandoned. Alright, let's survey, and I found more matrix writings. Scans of the planet Valis revealed a small abandoned vessel. Your salvage team brought the ship on board and dismantled it, whereupon they discovered one of Matrix Dirinaga's writings. Okay, so I think that's all of the planets in the system. Yes, let's leave and head back to the Citadel. And of course we have to take off first.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Alright.
Commander, I'm glad you were in the area. We've got an emergency situation and you're the only one I can trust to get the job done.
Alright, what's this about?
How can I help, Admiral?
Biotic fanatics have hit a medical research station with a psychotropic drug. The drugs have temporarily driven researchers crazy, and the biotics are effectively using them as human shields.
Well, in that case I can't just run in, right?
So if I shoot everything that moves, a lot of researchers are gonna die.
Exactly. A normal team could handle the biotics, but a lot of innocent researchers would die during the operation. That's why I contacted you. I'm hoping you can keep the casualties to a minimum.
Alright, understood.
I'll take the biotics down, Admiral, and I'll try to limit the casualties.
I know you will, Commander. I'm sending you the station coordinates now. Fifth Fleet out.
Alright, so apparently I got another mission. But yeah, let's land at the Citadel first. Alright, let's exit and let's try to pick a team combination that we didn't have on the Citadel as of yet. Let's see. How about Garrus and Tali? I don't think I had them in one team for now. Yeah, let's do this.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
And yeah, they're both wearing new armors. This is actually the one that I got during the DLC. It was indeed better than what she had before. And I think I bought this one for Garrus during my short break. Alright, I will do a lot of off-camera work now, you know, running around, visiting shops, and trying to see if there's anything new in this place. And I will try to get some party banter from my companions while doing so. For example, I mean, these two should have something to say to each other. They never had so far.
The Quarians endangered the entire galaxy when they let the Geth break free. I hope your people are properly contrite, Tali.
As the Turians are properly contrite for releasing the genophage upon the Krogan.
You're assuming that sterilizing them was a mistake.
Alright, that was an interesting start to their conversation.
Admiral Kahoku, a respected member of the Alliance military, has passed away. The veteran soldier who won the love of his troops during conflict with the Batarians died of natural causes.
What?
Kahoku is survived by his wife and 3 children, who are planning a small private memorial service.
That is totally not true. I don't think he died of natural causes.
Your Noveria report raised a few eyebrows in the Council, Shepard. I can't believe you let that queen live. There's a reason their species was nearly wiped out. You should have finished them off.
Well, you know, maybe they actually learned their lesson now.
This queen isn't like the others. She's not interested in conquest or war.
Really? I'm glad you're an expert in a species we know virtually nothing about. I hope we're both still around in 50 years to see if you're right.
Genocide of an entire species is a terrible tragedy, Ambassador. Shepard did the right thing.
Fine. I'll just tell everyone we figured it was a good idea to release a fertile Rachni queen in the wilds of Noveria. I'm sure nobody will have a problem with that.
Well, I'm glad that at least you have my back, Captain.
Yes, Commander?
Yeah, right. Kahoko, he is dead, I'm afraid.
Where can I find Admiral Kahoku?
Last I heard, he was up in the tower trying to get the Council to investigate Bane's death. Is there anything else, Commander?
Well, that's interesting. Well, first of all, you're not completely up to date because Kahoko is dead. But this whole plotline with Bane, this virtually leads nowhere, apparently. But yeah, tell me about Vermeer.
Do you know anything about Vermeer?
Sorry, Shepard. I've never even heard of it before all this. You'll have to go out there and check it out for yourself.
Alright, alright.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Okay, so they had some new stuff to say, but other than that I haven't really found anything interesting. I've just been visiting a few shops, and there's still more shop that I want to visit. Alright, I am back at the docking bay, and yes, I finished my shopping and I've been all over the place again. So I think now I will just try to get a bit more banter out of my companions by, you know, riding the elevator, using different combinations, and see if they have something to say.
Your biotics are pretty powerful. Are all Asari that strong?
While the Asari have natural biotic abilities, not all have the desire to learn to use their abilities effectively.
All that power and some Asari don't use it? You could have conquered the galaxy if you'd wanted to.
Evidently, we do not want to.
Well, that is a very enlightened attitude, actually.
Have increases in Citadel traffic endangered our safety? Emily Wong offers an inside look at the dangerous world of space traffic control.
I may actually not have heard that one. I think this relates to one of the quests I did for the reporter lady quite some time ago.
Being in the city must feel good after digging through rocks at that Prothean ruin.
No, cities and stations were always my mother's area of comfort. I actually enjoy the solitude of dig sites.
I'm surprised. I've never met an Asari who didn't prefer clean clothes and a hot bath.
Well, how many Asari have you met already, Rex?
Exogeny Corp recently released an official statement regarding their missing survey team in the Hades Gamma Cluster. According to the statement, the remains of the survey team were discovered not far from their abandoned research camp. There were no survivors. It is believed the researchers were the victims of a random attack by raiders or mercenaries. Names will be released after next of kin are notified.
This radio station is full of crap, honestly. Is there anything they actually get right?
Is it true humans stopped using the biotic implants you were fitted with, Lieutenant?
My addicts can be pretty bad, and I'm one of the lucky L2 implants. The L3s are safer.
That makes sense. What use is harnessing that power if it causes more harm than good to your people?
That's interesting, because I remember that Garrus had quite a different opinion about that, I believe.
Tali, why do you Quarians wear those suits all the time? Is it a cultural thing?
No, living in the clean environment of the flotilla has weakened our immune systems. The environmental suits protect against diseases.
Oh, well, I'll try not to sneeze.
Yeah, I think people mentioned that in the comments that the Quarians can't live without their suits anymore, which is kind of sad, actually.
I could not help but notice that you are attracting some unfriendly stares, Tally.
Many think less of Quarians for traveling in the flotilla and for creating the Geth. They see us as scavengers, little better than thieves.
That is an ignorant opinion. Quarian explorers have uncovered more mass relays than any other race.
I am glad that some still remember the contributions my people have made.
Yeah, I noticed that too, that people were not very friendly towards the Quarians in general. Okay, and I'm back on the Normandy again. I managed to get a few pieces of party banter, not that many, and it is very time consuming to get them because, you know, they just keep on repeating those same old news items over and over again. And, you know, sometimes you have to ride the elevator like 4 or 5 times to actually get them to talk, and for some combinations they just wouldn't start talking at all. So I think I'm going to leave it at that for now. However, if you think there's any combination of crewmate that I should try again, just leave a comment, and maybe I'm going to do another one of those after the next main mission or something. Anyway, there's a few more minutes in this episode, maybe not enough to actually start the next mission, but at the very least we can check out that place, I think. So, but maybe I should look where I'm actually supposed to go. I think I have actually go back to Earth for the mission. Let's have a look at that. I want to do this one, Rogue VI. A Rogue VI has taken over an Alliance training ground located on Earth Moon. Right. Alliance Command needs you to eliminate the VI. Head to the Sol system in the local cluster and deal with the Rogue VI on Earth Moon. So we're going back home. Although technically it's not her home since she's a spacer, but I mean, it's still the home of your species, so that's gotta mean something. So where is Earth located? Local cluster, all the way over here. Okay. And there's only one system in this place, which is Sol. So let's have a look at that. Alright, here we are, and yeah, look at that. A very familiar solar system. I'm sure. I'm going to read the descriptions of the planet, and I think after that we can end the episode. But let's have a look at this. Mercury. A handful of solar power stations exist on peaks of eternal light at the north and south pole of Mercury. The difficulties imposed by the planet's proximity to the Sun and high orbital velocity have limited development. Alright, you can barely read the text here, but fair enough. Venus. With its molten temperatures, sulfuric acid clouds, and crushing carbon dioxide atmosphere, Venus has only a handful of aerostat research outposts. Yeah, atmospheric pressures is like 19 Earth atmospheres. That is quite a lot. Okay. And Earth. For detailed information, please refer to the Standard Issue Alliance Galactic Codex. Earth orbit is riddled with debris generated by bootstrap space development. Use of kinetic barriers is recommended at altitudes over 85 kilometers. Population, 11.4 billion. And another 250,000 ones on the space stations, I suppose. Alright, interesting. Luna, this is our moon. An early source of helium-3, Luna is now mined for materials used in space habitat construction. 24 major stations have been constructed at Earth's L4 and L5 Lagrange points, all from lunar resources. The Actually, it's quite an impressive population of 4.1 million. Capital Armstrong. Yeah, this is where we have to land, but we're going to do that in the next episode. Let's check out the other planets first. Once considered a prospect for terraforming and colonization, the discovery of faster-than-light travel turned Mars into a quiet backwater. Its southern pole is a historical preserve centered on the Procyon ruins found there. Immigration and development are restricted as the search for Procyon artifacts continues. Oh, it still has 3.4 million population. Capital Lowell City. Alright, very interesting. And Jupiter. Jupiter's deep gravity well and lethal radiation have kept its moons from being significantly exploited. The largest outpost is Binary Helix Corporation's Nautilus facility, attached to the underside of Europa's ice sheets. And apparently some people are actually living on the moons, though. Okay. And Saturn. Saturn has been a major source of helium-3 fuel for fusion plants since the 2150s. The moon of Titan is mined for hydrocarbons and used as a hostile environment training facility for Alliance Marines. Again, some people are living there. Capital Huygens Dome. So I guess they are living in some dome-like structure. And Neptune. Though Neptune, like Uranus, has plentiful helium, its remoteness made it an unpromising target for mining before development of mass effect drive. With Uranus cheaper to exploit, it has never seen extensive development. The only permanent human presence is a small research facility on Triton. 70 people. And Uranus. After the development of Mass Effect FTL drive, distant Uranus was the target of a land rush to exploit its combination of plentiful helium-3 fuel and shallow, for gas giant gravity well. Today Uranus is the largest producer of helium-3 in Alliance space. Again, quite a significant population, and capital is Sakharov Station. Alright, and do we actually have Pluto somewhere around? Yes, we do. I mean, apparently Pluto is not a planet anymore, but it's still on this map. Pluto is one of Sol's numerous ice dwarf worlds. It is mainly of note for being the gravitational anchor for the Procyon-Mars relay of Arcturus. Pluto and the Charon relay, formerly encased in ice and considered a moon, orbit each other. Pluto's orbit was circularized in 2157 as a side effect of the Charon-Mars relay recovery operations. Population, Gateway Station 9300. Alright, well, that was an interesting trip through the Sol system. Is there anything in our asteroid belt? Apparently not. Nothing of interest to find here. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm actually going to end the episode here. And in the next episode we will land on the moon and have a look at that rogue VI. So thank you for watching and see you again next time.